Divisibility tests. This is a way of checking more easily whether a number divides evenly, that means without a remainder, into another number, than to have to work it out the entire way through. And this will be really helpful once we start working with fractions. So there's a few rules, and some of them are more important than others, but if you know them all, then it'll make it even easier for you. So a whole number is divisible by 2 if it is even. Another way of saying that is if it ends in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. A number is divisible by 4 if the number formed by the last 2 digits is divisible by 4. So, for example, the number 20 is divisible by 4. So therefore, because the last 2 numbers. If I have 120, the last 2 numbers are divisible by 4. If I have 3,120, I know it's divisible by 4 because the last 2 numbers are divisible by 4. It's divisible by 5 if it ends in 5 or 0. It's divisible by 8 if the number formed by the last 3 digits is divisible by 12 or by 8. So if I have something like 128, that would be divisible by 8. I know that because that's 8 times 8 times 2. So if I wanted to put another number in front of here, I know that's still divisible by 8 because the last 3 digits are divisible by 8. Same thing, still divisible by 8. And it's divisible by 10 if the number ends in a 0. So if we wanted to quickly go through these rules and say, okay, is this number here divisible by 2? All I need to do is look at that last digit. Ends in a 0? Yes, it is. Okay, is it divisible by 4? Now I need to look at the last 2 digits here. Last 2 digits, 80. Is 80 divisible by 4? Yes, that's 4 times 20. So yes, I have that. I now have that it's divisible by 4 and divisible by 2. So now I've got to go ahead and figure out, well, that's great. Now I need to know, is it divisible by 5? Well, it ends in a 5 or 0, so yes, it's divisible by 5. Is it divisible by 8? That one's a little bit tougher, because then we have to actually do the division. So we would have to actually go through that. No easy way of doing this, just hard, old-fashioned division. So this is going to be 7 goes into 8 goes into 78. 9 times 72, so that's going to be 6 left over. Bring down the 0. Does 8 go into 60? It goes in a total of, well, let's see here. It goes in 64 would be 8 times 8, and 56 is going to be 8 times 7. So this is 56. So it does not go in evenly. So it's not divisible by 8. So we can write down 8 and no. Is it divisible by 10? Yep, because it ends in a 0. This one here, again, same thing. All we do is look at it. Does it end in a 0, a 2, or a 4, or 6, or an 8? No, it does not, so it's not divisible by 2. We know that right off the bat. If it's not divisible by 2, it's never going to be divisible by 4. It's every number that's divisible by 4 is divisible by 2. And it's not going to be divisible by 8 either, because any number that's divisible by 8 is also divisible by 2. Is it divisible by 5? Does it end in a 5 or 0? You bet it does. So that's going to be 5. It's divisible by, because all we look at is that last digit. Is it divisible by 10? It doesn't end in a 0. So no, it's not divisible by 10. Now, there's also a couple more divisibility tests. So here, these ones here are a little bit trickier. You just have to add up the actual numbers, though. A whole number is divisible by 3 if the sum of all of its digits is divisible by 3. So that means all you do is you add up this number here and this number here. So 3 plus 9 is going to be 12. So is 12, does 3 go evenly into 12? Yes, it does. 3 times 4 is 12. So yes, it is going to be divisible by 3. And this is just the way it works. You just go ahead and go through a bunches of these problems, and it's just fairly easy to figure out once you get these down. Is it divisible by 9? We add up these. We got 1 plus 2, or 12, because 3 plus 9 equals 12. And if the sum of its digits is divisible by 9, then it's divisible by 9. And 12 is not divisible by 9, so therefore it's not divisible by 9. I like to do this just to make sure I cover all the ones I need to. 3, 2, 1, 3. I know that that's going to be divisible by 3 because this is 3 plus 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 is the number. Is it divisible by 3? Yep. And is 9? Does 9 go evenly into 9? Yes, it does. So it's divisible by 9 also. Here, 3, 2, 0. 3 plus 2, 5 plus 0, 0. That's going to be 5. So is 5 divisible by 3? Nope. And 5 is not divisible by 9. Again, another trick. It's that if something is divisible by 3, it could be divisible by 9. If it's not divisible by 3, it's never going to be divisible by 9. The most important rules to remember are the 2's, the 3's, and the 5's. And the way this works is that if you think about if something is divisible by 4, then it's divisible by 2 twice. If something is divisible by 10, it's divisible by, and that just makes perfect sense, it's divisible by 5 and 2. And if something is divisible by 30, then it's going to be equal to divisible by 2, 3, and 5. And as I said before, if it's divisible by 6, it's going to be divisible by 3 and 2. If it's divisible by 9, it's 3 twice. And so on. And lots of different options here. If it's divisible by 8, then it's just going to be divisible by 2 3 times. So really, these are the most important ones to remember. 2's, 3's, and 5's. And really the one that most people have the most trouble with is 3's, and that's just adding them all up and seeing if the number is divisible by 3. And if you got that, then it's great.